This is it. This is a final. The final of the Premier League 2023-2024 is here. It's Manchester City against Arsenal at Etihad Stadium. Yeah, it's a final. Because top of the table Arsenal are playing against the third, Manchester City. It's only 1 point difference between them. Let me remind you, Arsenal first, 64 points with a goal difference of 46. Liverpool are second, 64 points, but the goal difference is 39. Manchester City, 63 point, 35 goal difference. And that's why I said it's going to be a final this weekend. No mistake allowed. It's go big or go home. If you scroll down a little bit, you will see Aston Villa 4th, Tottenham Hotspurs 5th, Manchester United 6th. Chelsea Football Club 11th FC. And then the bottom of the table, you can tell Nottingham Forest, Burnley, Sheffield United. Now, this video is about head-to-head. We have to compare Manchester City and Arsenal, what's been happening in the last few years or few games. Let me remind you that the game is going to be on Sunday, March the 31st, 2024, 11:30 Eastern Time. It's going to be on NBC Sports Network. It's going to be on Peacock. It's going to be on Telemundo for people who speak Spanish. All right. So let's go head-to-head between the two teams. In the last 5 games, they played against each other. We start by the bottom one. Manchester City 5, Arsenal 0. Etihad Stadium, August 2021. Arsenal 1, Manchester City 2, and that was January 2022. And then Arsenal 1, Manchester City 3, Emirates Stadium, London. That was February 2023, last season. And then the second leg at home at the Etihad Stadium, Manchester City 4, Arsenal 1. That was April 2023. But Arsenal got their revenge though. It was the last games that they played in the Premier League. Arsenal 1, Manchester City 0 at the Emirates Stadium. It was October 2023. And remember, I'm talking about revenge because this season Manchester City haven't beaten Arsenal yet. Arsenal beat them in the Community Shield at the beginning of the season. Remember that, 4-1 or something on penalties. So you can see that Arsenal are catching up slowly and surely. And I think right now, let's be honest, Arsenal are stronger than Manchester City. Okay, form guide. What's been happening in general for both teams? In the last 5 games, Arsenal won 5 games in the Premier League. Look at that, win, 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 win. And some of the games, they completely destroyed their opponent. Destroyed West Ham 6-0. Burnley 5-0. Newcastle United 4-1. Sheffield United 6-0. The last game was a little complicated for them against Brentford 2-1. But sometimes you don't have to win 6. You can just win 1-0, take 3 points, and move on. You're not going to be perfect the entire season, but even the games that you were poor, apparently, you just win. That is the most important. And for Manchester City, the last 5 games, you see 2 draws against Chelsea and Liverpool, and 3 wins against Brentford, Bournemouth, and Manchester United. Let's continue. The season so far for both teams in the Premier League. All right? So you can tell. Manchester City are third, of course, and Arsenal are first. Games won. 20 for Arsenal, 19 for Manchester City. Drawn. 6 for Manchester City, 4 for Arsenal. Game lost. 3 for Manchester City, 4 for Arsenal. So you can see every metric here, Arsenal are catching up with Manchester City. The student against the master. Pep Guardiola against Mikel Arteta. So it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen on Sunday. And be there, by the way. You have to join us on Foot State. The link in the description down below. We're going to be live. Call in show as always. Amazing show. You just click on the link. Nothing asked for. And then you talk to us. Some other metrics here if that is important for you. Goals. Erling Haaland, 18 goals in the Premier League. Bukayo Saka, 13 goals. Phil Foden, 11. You go to assist. You will see Julian Alvarez with 8 assists. Bukayo Saka, 8. Phil Foden, 7. You go to tackles. Declan Rice, 55. Rodri, 54. Bukayo Saka, 49. So there is no a big difference here, my friends. The only problem here is they have some key injuries. Both sides. For Manchester City, Kyle Walker got a hamstring injury when he was on duty with England, and he might not be there. I think they still have some few injuries, and you never know. Today is the last day of the international break. Somebody else might get injured. Okay? And John Stones is struggling from an injury. He's not 100% fit. Anyways, let me now go and remind you what happened the last game they played against each other in the Premier League. Arsenal won 1-0. All right, my people. It was Gabriel Martinelli, 86th minute. What time to score a goal. And it was a winner. And the assist came from King Kai Havertz. Amazing game for neutral that day. Let's go very quickly to statistics. You will see that Arsenal had 49%, Manchester City 51%, shot on target, 1 shot on target only for Manchester City, 2 for Arsenal, shot altogether 12 for Arsenal, 4 for Manchester City. All the metrics here you can read yourself, but just to remind you that Arsenal are catching up every single day. And with Manchester City defensive problems, they're going to always find gaps to exploit. This game is going to be a 2-2 draw. Yes, 2-2 draw at the end. And the advantage is going to remain on Arsenal because it's going to still 1 point difference. And they have a goal difference that gives them advantage. This game, you win it, you have advantage on your opponent, and mistakes are not allowed.